Okay, now we are heading back down to join up with the other trail that I was originally on. And this would have been a much wider road, and we'll see when we get down here a little ways how much wider this road was. The sun has come out, it's feeling really good. Obviously I took my coat off because it's much warmer. I may not need a coat tomorrow. So that trail there would take us back into the trail we were on going up to the overlook. But I want to go this way. This road here would have connected up to the big highway that's down there that ran along the creek when I was on the horse trails. That busy highway, this would have eventually connected into it, so you could see it's much wider, much more of a road, and they probably were hauling heavy equipment up here whenever they finally came out with heavy equipment later on. These trails would have been pretty muddy in the last couple of days. Some more long ago mining evidence over there. So now we come to a big intersection here. That road there would take us all the way down to the highway, which is probably a mile down there. So we just come down that way. Okay, so that is the reservoir road there. That's the end of it, where it comes out down here and connects up with this big road, which takes us down there. I realize now that I'm standing here that to take that ditch trail, I'll really need to go all the way down to the bottom and then take it over here. But the ditch trail is going to be over there. So let's quickly run over this way and have a look at one thing before I start heading back to the car. Something of pretty big interest. And hopefully we won't have to go too far to see this up here. I almost forgot about it, but I definitely want to share it. So this is what I wanted to share right here. This is a ditch straight ahead, and on the other side of it is the trail that I was going to take tomorrow. So what you can hopefully see behind me is a big iron grate that is covering up a very large, deep mine shaft that had been left here for eons and eons. So there's a ditch trail that goes across to the trail there, and as I said, we'll follow that tomorrow. But you can see more evidence of mining all through there. It's just littered with open mines, but nothing like what we're about to see right here. So now I gotta get up this rather steep hill. I'm so glad I got my stick. Oh, and this is it right here. This is a huge open pit mine that had just been left here and abandoned. So it's going to be really hard to see down in there, but there is a whole car down in there. Probably not going to be able to see it like this, but I think they've left enough space that I can extend my camera. Alright, here we go. We got our camera extended. Wish I had a flashlight, but I don't. There's a whole car down there. And I think there's one underneath that one that's on top. That is crazy. But this was not covered up like this until probably 25 years ago. It was just a big open pit. It was just left like that. So how deep it is, I do not know. There's a corridor over there, probably belonging to one of those cars, I guess. Let's try to sneak the camera. Sorry for the noise, man. Alright, let's try to sneak the camera down here and maybe you can get an idea of how deep that thing is and how dangerous this was. I'm glad I finally covered up. this big dangerous mine. Let's take one more. Shove this selfie stick down in here one last time. Hopefully we can see around there pretty good. Yeah. That's the big open pit mine that I'm so glad that they've now got covered up, because it was so dangerous, so incredibly dangerous. It used to drive me nuts as I'd come up here and that thing was just open. Couldn't believe it, but it's covered up now. Again, just so happy that this is no longer a place where people could get seriously injured or killed. So glad they did that. It's been probably 25 years since they put this thing on here. All right, let's grab our walking stick and head back. So if I can make it down this little hill without slipping and falling and breaking a leg or two, I'll be real happy. All right, let's head down the road. Right, it is turning out to be a beautiful sunny day. Oh my goodness. I'm glad to come out here, and I definitely want to come out here in the morning, tomorrow morning, maybe a little bit earlier. And we'll walk up the reservoir road and then head down that way. There's an old car that was down there marking the property line. I would imagine it's still there. And anyway, let's head up the reservoir road and have a look at where those stupid teenagers got their Plymouth stuck. And now that I think about it, it was a Falcon. And I think that's a Ford Falcon. A 1960s Ford Falcon, I do believe. They were quite common back then, those old Ford Falcons. And you don't really see them anymore, except very restored ones that are probably quite valuable. Oh, I'm getting pretty warm. I'm just so glad that I get to come out here today and do this. So glad. Getting to the point to where they blocked off the original reservoir road, because that steep part did rust out. It would rut out during a rainstorm. So this is the other end of it right here. I'm a little miffed that they actually did that, but that's where the original reservoir road came up. And those guys had got down to here, and I believe at that point they decided to turn around. And right here was the entryway to where the cabin was at. So it was always open here, but that was the original way. And those guys got stuck right in here. We came up here and we could see where they just spent so much time trying to get that old Falcon out, but then the tow truck had to come and get them. So anyway, they've rerouted it here, and this was a driveway. And it went right through this area, the road did. And the cabin that sat here, and I don't know what it was. It was pretty much in disarray the first time I saw it. And it was right here. It was right in this area right here. And there might have been other buildings right here too. But this is where it stood. And it had been vandalized, and it was pretty much all coming down. I'm sure people have metal detected this area, but at one time a small little one-room cabin stood right there. What they used. I am getting winded. I've probably said it a million times. It sure feels good. So glad I get to come out here and do this. Oh, and now we're back to where The reservoir road resumes. All right, here we go. We were just down there. All right, let's head back to the car. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, which is hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I'll feel good enough to do this again. Thanks for watching.